So let us continue our discussion on extended ER model. So in the last video, we discussed about specialization. Note that we spoke about an example where we were storing all the attributes related to student and employee in one particular general entity, which was person. Now we stored name, roll number, class, employee, and then salary, role, and all these things inside of general entity, which was a person. Now the structure looked very messy, and it was not only messy, but it had a lot of redundancy and it was not at all space optimized. So what we came up with a solution that we decided to break the general entity of person into different sub entities, such as we broke it into two entities, which was a person, which was a student and an employee. So now the person has the common attribute, which is name, and the student and employee will be having their own relevant attributes, which was salary and role for employee, and roll number and grade for student. So specialization was something which was top-down approach. N- Now it not only improved data organization but also removed redundancy. Then we discussed about how we broke into distinct subtypes and just how we used the unique attributes. So in this video, let us talk about generalization. So, unlike specialization, generalization is a bottom up approach. Now, think the other way. Like, if you have your student and employee as two different entities in your database, and one day you come up and decide to merge them into a general entity. So, to have the common attributes, like, so that you do not repeat the data again and again. So, if you go that way, you call it as generalization. So, let us visualize the example which we discussed. Suppose we have student and employee as two entities. So student and one is employee. Now student entity will be having student related attributes. Like it may have roll number, then it may have some grade like class they are in. Then employees can have employee related attributes such as a job role, or we can say salary. So these two may have some common attributes such as name, phone number, some address. So instead of storing the same data again and again in two different entities, what we prefer is we create a one general entity and the store the common attributes inside it. So if we say that we prepare the general entity as person, we can store name of the person as an attribute of this entity, name. We can have some contact number. So what we can do here is we keep a easy relationship and just try to relate that a person is a student or a person is an employee. So what we did here is we went from bottom to the upside. Like we started with our sub entities and then we merged it into a general entity. So this is what we call as generalization. Let us understand more with more examples, like the same examples which we discussed for specialization, but with a different approach. Now, in case of students, suppose in my college database, I have one entity such as undergraduate students, the other one as postgraduate students, and I have one more entity as PhD students. So, if I come up and think that all these three have their name and roll number as a common attribute, so instead of repeating the same data again and again, and I can create one general entity as student and have a easier relationship into between these all entities. Like I can say that student is a UG student or postgraduate student or a PhD student. So what I have done here is I went from sub entities to a general entity. So yeah, this is it for the example. Let's take another example of car vehicle. So if in my database somewhere I have some entity called as car, then I have some other thing which I have details about XUV, or I have details about bus. But later I came up and thought that all of these are having some common attributes between them. So to have a data of these common attributes again and again, all these different entities, it's better if I merge them into a general entities and I call it as vehicle. So if I go the other way, I'm implementing generalization here. So I'm having an easy relationship between vehicle. So I can say vehicle is a car, vehicle is a XUV, and a vehicle is a bus. So I think we are clear with the example. And okay, let's take one more. Now, if I have different animals, such as I have dog, then I can have properties of dog like dog parks and all. Then I can have cat. I can have properties of cat as its attribute. And I can have some other animal like cow. Now, same thing if I do, if I come up and merge the common attributes, I can merge it into a general entity known as animals because all these are animals. Then I can have an easy relationship between all of these. And I can say animal is a dog, animal is a cat, and animal is a cow. So this is how we try to structure our data, right? And this is done with the help of extended ER model, and the basic ER model cannot do this. So let us understand the technical definition. Generalization merges the similar entity into a single parent entity. So this also reduces redundancy and organizes data better. So let's just move ahead and understand about what is attribute inheritance. Now, in the same example here, now if the dog is having some attribute and animal is having, like, let's say animal is having some attribute like number of legs, if I'm having this attribute, and dog has some special attribute like dog has some breed. So what I can do is, for my dog database data or dog entity, it is assumed that it inherits the attributes of its parent. Like my dog entity is not only having breed as its attribute, but number of leg is also an attribute of this dog entity. So what I mean by attribute inheritance is, in generalization and specializations, sub entities inherit attributes from their parents. Now, talking about the example of person, that a person had name, age, and address as its attributes. Okay, so the person had name, age, and address at its attributes. Now, the student entity specifically had roll number and grade at marks as its attribute. So, I cannot say that my student is having roll number and marks as its attribute because it is inheriting name, age, and address also from its parent. So, now my student entity has name, age, address, roll number, and marks as its attribute. And same is the case with employee because employee is inheriting all these properties from its parent and having its own properties as role and salary. So this is what I mean by attribute inheritance. What do you mean by participation inheritance? So by this, if a parent is participating in any relationship, it is but obvious that its child will also participate in that. So if a parent participates, the child entity set also participates in that relationship. Now, if the person entity has a vehicle, so I can say that student entity or the types, like the sub entities which I divided the person into, if I divide it into customer and employee, then both customer entity and student employee entity will also have a vehicle. So this is what I mean by participation inheritance. Now, I think that's it for this video, and we'll be discussing about one small topic, which is aggregation, in the next video.